Bombshell in boxing. Floyd Mayweather steps into Crawford's camp, and the entire fight game just flipped on its head.
They reached out to me and they're saying, well, Floyd Mayweather now has joined Terrence Crawford's camp. Does that mean Floyd Mayweather doesn't like Jaron Boots Ennis? Floyd Mayweather went to Terrence Crawford camp to give Terrence Crawford advice on Canelo Alvarez.
Hey, Robert, Floyd Mayweather just visited Crawford in camp. Is he going to help him how to beat Canelo, any of that? Why not? He beat Canelo.
He smoked. Bud usually don't smoke guys right off the rip anyway. He don't never do that. He lulls them in, he feels them out, and then he beats them to death.
Canelo Alvarez has been caught off guard after bombshell reports revealed that Floyd Mayweather has stepped into Terrence Crawford's training camp. The boxing community is buzzing, with many speculating that Floyd's sudden involvement could be linked to tensions surrounding Boots Ennis, and even whispers about Canelo's own camp. Fans and experts alike believe Mayweather's presence could tip the scales in Crawford's favor, adding a whole new layer of intrigue to this already explosive showdown. With Floyd in the mix, the question now is, does this change everything for Canelo?
When we saw that he's in camp with him, right? And so people are saying now that they reached out to me and they're saying, well, Floyd Mayweather now has joined Terrence Crawford's camp. Does that mean Floyd Mayweather doesn't like Jaron Boots Ennis? Floyd Mayweather went to Terrence Crawford camp to give Terrence Crawford advice on Canelo Alvarez. Well, one, Terrence Crawford is not fighting Jaron Boots Ennis. That's number one. Number two, it's not shots at Jaron Boots Ennis if Floyd Mayweather was to go to Terrence Crawford camp. Number three, I saw this clip that Fight Hype had put out, and it's an old clip of Floyd Mayweather and Terrence Crawford at Shakur Stevenson's sparring session in Las Vegas. Shakur had called them all to be at that sparring session, okay? And Floyd Mayweather assisted. Now, Floyd Mayweather took on Canelo Alvarez September 14th of 2013. That was 12 years ago, okay? And so with that said, this one has nothing to do with the other. Floyd Mayweather, from what I'm being told from Terrence Crawford's camp, that he has not went up to Colorado and helped Terrence Crawford do anything. Okay, now I don't know if he's willing to or not. I don't know if Terrence Crawford reached out to him or not. I don't know if they spoke on the phone or not. But, you know, it's when you saw Terrence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather at the top-ranked gym watching Shakur Stevenson, and they had a conversation with Eddie Hearn. That's very, very old. Okay, that's very old. Now, Floyd Mayweather has stand pat on Terrence Crawford is the best fighter in the world currently right now as it stands.
Pound for Pound shook up the boxing world today by posting a picture of Floyd Mayweather alongside Terrence Crawford inside camp. The image instantly went viral, fueling speculation that Floyd's presence could provide Crawford with the ultimate edge against Canelo Alvarez. With Mayweather's legendary experience, fans are calling this a potential turning point in the build-up to the mega fight. But the timing of his visit has also raised eyebrows, sparking theories about hidden agendas and deeper strategies at play. Not everyone, however, is buying into the hysteria. Trainer Robert Garcia has offered a grounded perspective, reminding fans that Crawford's greatness was built long before Floyd entered the picture. According to Garcia, it's Crawford's discipline, years of refinement, and unmatched ring IQ that will determine the outcome, not a sudden appearance from Mayweather. He stresses that while Floyd's advice may add excitement, it won't erase the fact that Crawford has already mastered his craft. In Garcia's eyes, Crawford's mental toughness and adaptability are what truly set him apart, proving that no single voice, no matter how legendary, can define the fight's destiny.
Floyd Mayweather just visited Crawford in camp. Is he going to help him how to beat Canelo, any of that? Why not? He beat Canelo. Pita, what do you think about this? Mayweather visiting Crawford in camp. Does that help Crawford at all? No motivation. Mayweather's very charismatic. No, it doesn't make it. Maybe they saw Boots sparring Canelo and they had to respond to that. You don't think so? But that's a big advantage for Canelo to have Boots spar him. Boots is just like Crawford. I think Boots. You don't think Boots is like Crawford? Okay, so does that help Canelo, like having good sparring? Boots is 34-0 with 30 knockouts. Huh? That's what people are saying on the internet.
Over the years, comparisons between Terrence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather have only grown louder, with fans pointing to their shared trademarks: technical brilliance, patience under pressure, and complete composure in the ring. Mayweather's past experience against Canelo Alvarez gives him a unique edge in offering tactical advice, but the reality is that Crawford's arsenal is already well equipped. Floyd may highlight Canelo's timing and tendencies, yet those insights serve more as refinement than revelation. Being labeled as the next Mayweather brings its own weight of expectation, but Crawford has embraced that role without hesitation. The buzz now centers on whether Floyd's guidance can truly swing the balance in this colossal matchup. Still, the core truth remains: Crawford's greatness has been forged through years of discipline and mastery. Whatever Mayweather adds is only a finishing touch to a fighter who already stands on solid ground.
Terence Crawford's dominant victory in the mega fight of this era, which is Errol Spence versus Terence Crawford, everybody started talking and asking, is Terence Crawford one of the greatest ever? Could he end up retiring undefeated, passing Floyd's record, and being one of the greatest fighters ever? And that performance definitely put him on the right foot toward that direction. But I wanted to look at Floyd Mayweather, who is possibly the greatest fighter ever and was the greatest fighter hands down of the era right before him. I want to compare Floyd versus Terence Bud Crawford. They both fought it at 147. This, in real life, if the eras aligned, could have been a matchup that could have realistically happened. And who would have won? Now, I don't like making these predictions until a fighter's career is fully over because we don't know which direction Crawford's career can go. Looks like it's going to just keep going up, but you never know. So I like waiting until fighters retired. But I want to compare the two fighters here. Look at sparring. Now, guys, I use sparring clips because I cannot...
Al Stanton has been struck by the remarkable sharpness Terence Crawford continues to display. At 38, most fighters begin showing the wear and tear of long careers, but Crawford seems to have found a way to defy time. His speed remains electric, his explosiveness undiminished. Stanton points out that Crawford trains with the hunger of a young contender, not a veteran nearing the twilight of his career. Inside sparring, Crawford's reflexes are razor-sharp, his precision under control, and his power delivered with purpose. Those watching him work can feel the confidence he radiates with every move. For Stanton, the most impressive thing isn't just Crawford's physical edge, it's his mindset. Rather than slowing down, he's evolving, refining, and expanding his arsenal. That, Stanton believes, is what will separate him from Canelo Alvarez, an energy and determination that simply cannot be matched.
And most recently just got back from Colorado Springs, Colorado, with training camp with Terence Crawford, and mainly that's why we're here. So if you can, what a lot of people are going to want to know is, how was the experience getting in the ring with Terence, and without giving away situations and game plans and stuff like that. What can you tell us from your experience in that camp?
He don't look like a 38-year-old in the ring. I would say that. Experience. I sparred him a few times. Good experience. He's just different, man. His heart different. I really think he's gonna pull this off.
So I would say, how long you been coming here?
2 years.
2 years. So I would say about a year and a half ago, he first sparred Lester Martinez, who's on the undercard of Crawford Canelo. And Bomac said to me, he said, regarding Al, he said, hey man, if Bud ever fights Canelo, because that's always, for the past couple years, I know it's been in talks, he said he would be perfect sparring for Canelo, but I fought him, so I went out there, got that experience. But what does that experience do for you? Do you go in there, obviously you're in there with the best fighter, arguably the best fighter in the world right now, and does that elevate your game to take it to the next step?
Yeah, next level shit. Turn me up, man. Being with Wall and all that, they made me a better fighter. My game.
Is there any concerns, like you would say, with Bud, that going into this fight, that some stuff you could say you hope he stays away from, or?
Nope. He brought on the size. He's pretty big, and he's been sparring heavier guys.
And you feel his power. The guy's a natural. Started his career as lightweight, so you feel his power.
Well, obviously you've never been in there with anyone as good as him, because there might not be anyone as good as him. So what really I don't want to say surprised you, but what did you really take note of that, holy shit, this guy is, really good at this,
Inside training camp, Terence Crawford embodies the commitment that defines true champions. His days are filled with grueling workouts that test every limit, sessions designed to build both raw strength and unbreakable endurance. Sparring mirrors real fight scenarios, while punishing cardio routines ensure his engine can last deep into every round, Observers can't miss the intensity. Crawford approaches each drill with laser focus, cutting no corners and leaving nothing to chance. He understands that stepping into a higher weight class demands more than talent alone. It requires flawless conditioning. Every sweat-drenched session is a brick laid in the foundation of victory. Alongside his team, Crawford identifies weaknesses and turns them into strengths, sharpening every weapon in his arsenal. This relentless preparation is what makes him so dangerous, even against opponents who are naturally bigger and heavier.
There you go. That's all. There you go, Bernie. There you go, Bernie. Drop it with that, man. Kidney shot, Bernie. There you go. There you go.
He gonna take it over.
There you go. Kidney shot, Bernie. Kidney shot, Bernie. Kidney shot, Bernie. Turn him up, Bernie. Turn him up, Bernie. Turn him up, Bernie. Turn him up. Turn him up. Turn him up, Bernie. He ready to fall, Bernie. Turn him up. Turn him up. Turn him up. That's all. That's all, Bernie. You back. You back, Bernie. You back. Good body shot. Good body shot. Beautiful body shot. Beautiful body shot. Beautiful body shot, Bernie. Nice body shot. Turn him up. Turn him up, Bernie. Turn him up. Turn him up. Turn him up. Turn him up, Bernie. Turn him up. If he dies, he dies. If he dies, he dies. I thought you said, hey, Steven, you was a...
Bernie the boxer hasn't held back when it comes to praising Terence Crawford's camp. He points out that every sparring session reveals growth. Crawford isn't just keeping up, he's imposing his dominance. The intensity of his work in the gym is translating into visible confidence, with Bernie describing him as stronger and sharper each passing day. At the same time, Bernie recognizes that Canelo has made his own adjustments, bringing in a dangerous talent like Jaron Boots Ennis to sharpen his camp. It's a clear sign that both fighters are preparing with absolute focus, leaving nothing to chance. Still, in Bernie's eyes, Crawford is the one who shines. His consistency in sparring, his resilience under pressure, and his ability to keep evolving mark him as a man heading into fight night at his absolute peak, both physically and mentally. For Bernie, that level of preparation is what separates Crawford and gives him the edge on boxing's biggest stage.
Crawford got off the plane, had the 8, and they fought. And he sparred Richard Hitchison first. So he went with Richard Hitchison and Brian Norman, all in the same session. Just got off the plane, didn't eat, and they had a good sparring session. That's it. He didn't get smoked. Bud usually don't smoke guys right off the rip anyway. He don't never do that. He loads them in, he fills them out, and then he beats them to death. When we asked Brian Norman to come to training camp, because he had good work, they turned us down.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brian Norman. I'm just telling the truth. That's it. So you might have a good session with Crawford. What great champion didn't have good sessions with? Some people had good sessions with the champion. That's not nothing out of the ordinary. I watched this documentary. He said this guy came out of nowhere. He gave Dempsey a bad time. He said, I can do that, but only for about a round. I go out around the town, bang up a couple guys, and me and Dempsey can go at it, build up a reputation, and then we'll go at it. So, like I say, Brian Norman, at least he didn't stay in the sparring session. He moved up here world champion now, and he getting his just due. He worked hard, and he wasn't scared. He didn't back down. Like I say, he gave a good account of himself in every sparring session with the guys that he sparred with, Tank and most notably Crawford.
Does this build a different type of fuel? Just knowing that, hearing everybody saying that, hey, Canelo is really taking this training camp real seriously due to him bringing some of these sparring partners in. Tell me, do you feel like that fuels the team Crawford?
When they signed it,
Joel Diaz brings a grounded perspective to the mega fight, reminding fans that Terence Crawford steps into this challenge with very little to lose. Should he win, it would be etched in history, a smaller man moving up and conquering a division above his natural weight. But if he falls short, Diaz notes, Crawford can simply return to his own weight class with his pound-for-pound legacy untouched. From Diaz's viewpoint, this isn't a career risk as much as it is a business move. Crawford's reputation as one of boxing's elite is already secured, no matter the outcome. That reality lifts some of the pressure from his shoulders and places it squarely on Canelo Alvarez. At super middleweight, it's Canelo who carries the weight of expectation, and it's his name that must be protected. Diaz sees Crawford fighting with freedom, while Canelo steps in with the burden of defending his throne.
Terence Crawford wins. but he wins money. Because now, hey, you know what, as my friend that you are, I make you an offer. Would you fight Canelo? I'll give you 40 million. I don't know if it's 40, I don't know if it's 50, 60, but he's not gonna make no less than $10 million. So right there, Crawford's winning, regardless. As a fighter, like, dude, you give me 20 million, I'll fight anybody. I'll fight Anthony Joshua right now. So Terence Crawford has to sell the fight. He has to say, I'll beat Canelo, left and right, whatever, right? But we've seen it we've seen it many, many times. When fighters move up 2 divisions to beat a champion, they fail. I mean, I saw it with Mikey Garcia when he fought Earl Spence. I saw it when Demetrius Andre, a 147-pounder, was avoided for years. He moved to 54, he was avoided. He moved to 160, he fought maybe once or twice. Nobody wanted to fight him, so he moves to 68 and fights Benavides. What happens? He looked good for the first 3 rounds because he's good. But once that heavy monsters is coming at you, he'll destroy you. Terence Crawford, don't get me wrong, he's been my number 1 pound for pound for years. But he just moved up from 47 to 54. Now, he's going to go from 54 to 60 to 68. I mean, to fight the moneymaker. We call him the moneymaker because Canelo Alvarez is the fighter of the era. I mean, it's like going back years.
Gabe Rosado steps in with a technical breakdown that adds balance to the growing debate. He reminds fans that Crawford's move up in weight hasn't been without obstacles. His bout at 154 against Madermov showed moments of difficulty, and the leap to 168 will bring even greater challenges. Rosado also pushes back against the narrative of Canelo's decline. He argues that Canelo's recent struggles were rooted in tactical flaws on a given night, not a complete erosion of skill. At his natural weight, Canelo still carries dangerous power and remains a serious threat. For Rosado, the reality is clear. Crawford is venturing into uncharted territory where size and strength become major factors. His assessment serves as a reminder that this showdown is far from one-sided. No matter how sharp Crawford looks, the risks are real, and underestimating Canelo would be a mistake.
I just think that, I think the skull fight was just a bad style. And I think Canelo was like, why force the issue? You know what I mean? I'm up. This guy's running. I'm not going to take a chance. So I think that it was that kind of fight for Canelo. But Madermov did give Crawford problems. You know what I'm saying? And where I felt like, damn, at 54, he gave you problems. 68 is different. You know what I'm saying? So you going up 3 weight classes, because he was 47, 54, 60, 68. That's 3 weight classes. It's a major difference, man. And one thing is like, right, so people are saying Canelo has problems with movers. But the reality is Crawford's not a mover. Crawford's not a fighter that fights on his feet in the sense of boxing, kind of like, let's say, how a Pernell Whitaker would box or how Landy Lara would box.
Chris Algieri leans toward Canelo Alvarez, pointing to the physical realities that can't be overlooked. He highlights Canelo's natural size advantage and his wealth of experience competing in high-pressure fights at super middleweight. Canelo's ability to cut off the ring leaves opponents trapped, forcing them into punishing exchanges they can't avoid. Algieri stresses that this combination of size and relentless pressure has broken down many talented fighters before. While he respects Crawford's unmatched technical skill, he warns that the mental weight of Canelo's presence alone can tilt the balance. In Algieri's eyes, this fight isn't about who's more skilled, it's about who can impose themselves physically. And for that reason, he believes the edge lies with Canelo. His perspective serves as a reminder that while Crawford may have the support of many, size and pressure are powerful weapons that can't be dismissed.
A lot of confounding factors.
So you feel Canelo is going to win the fight?
I lean Canelo, yeah.
Yeah.
I always have. I've always leaned Canelo. Just it's the good big man versus the good small man.
Recently, though, we've seen the good small man beat the good big man because of the speed.
Yes. Yeah. But Canelo's not slow. It's not like Canelo is actually a smaller man who's come up to fight a lot of bigger men. Because his hand speed, the guys can't deal with him. So his ability to cut off the ring, the fact that he imposes his will, he puts a lot of mental pressure on his opponents without even doing a whole lot. He doesn't throw a ton of punches. He throws less now than ever, but he's there. He's got this frame and his physique, and I've sparred Canelo. The guy's a tank. Like he's very physical in the ring without doing a whole lot, just because of his presence.
That's it for today's breakdown. Who do you think takes it, Canelo or Crawford? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fight news.